What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Team Rocket team. This is going to be Team Rocket's early days team, when they had Ekans, Koffing, and only Meowth. Animalia, this one is for you. So I'll be using 3 Pokemon only, which makes this a very, very difficult team to do. Plus, it's 3 baby Pokemon. Now, I thought the best way to do this team would be to do it in multi-battle format. So I'm going to have today's video of all doubles multi-battle. So it's going to be something you don't get to see very often, and I really hope you enjoy. Alright, so I am on the left-hand side there. So all these opponents are random, every single one of these. And if you can recognize any of the trainer names, let me know. I was all loves to know what they're going to be. So I've got a, you can't see Meowth at the moment. It is getting a little bit covered up there by Kyogre's fin. But Meowth is using Hypnosis. So I'm trying to put my opponents to sleep here. Now we've got a Iron Leaves using the Leaf Blade on Kyogre. Kyogre actually managed to get an Origin Pulse off there, doing some pretty good damage to both of my opponents. Now, this Meowth set is actually made for doubles. It's Nasty Plot, Swift, Snarl, and Hypnosis. So, Swift is good because it is, well, Swift isn't good, but you know what I mean. Swift is good because it is both the opponents. And Snarl is great as well because it drops the special attack of both the opponents too. I figured I might be able to, I don't know what is this Kyogre set? I don't know, some sort of mixed Kyogre set, and they got destroyed by Baxcalibur. And Hypnosis was just there to, you know, put the opponents to sleep and things like that. So our next Pokemon to come out is going to be Iron Valley. It's got that Quark Drive, and that's going to be boosting its attack. This Meowth is a Focus Sash set as well, and it is max speed and max special attack type in nature. I actually managed to outspeed some pretty fast Pokemon too, so this is, you know, quite handy. So now we got the Iron Valley and going for Night Slash, taking out the Iron Leaves in one shot, which is really cool. Baxcalibur is going to get put to sleep too. I was kind of hoping they'd go for Baxcalibur because it did its signature move, so then it would get hit so much harder, but I guess they went for the other Pokemon. So out comes Koraidon here. Now they're going to withdraw the Baxcalibur, which is interesting, and we've got another Pokemon coming in, which is going to be Charizard. Now, I've got a question for you all if you are watching this video right now. I'd absolutely love the feedback. Would you like to see a couple of, maybe even just one multi-battle introduced into my theme teams? It's pretty cool because what I'll do is I could do 2, right? I could use half the team, you know, match up with 3 other random people and then do the other half of the team. I could do that if you would be interested. It actually makes some pretty funny content because you never know what you're going to get, right? And some of the items and team and strategies that I came up, it wasn't actually all like pure sweat either. It was just complete random. So please let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear if you'd like to see that or not. I just think, you know, I could match that in with my single battles and stuff like that too. So have a bit more a mix of, you know, different, you know, formats and things like that. So anyway, back to the battle here. We've got a Miraidon. I've never seen that in my life. Use Terra Electric, Electro Drift is what I'm assuming. Charizard is going to have Focus Punch. What the heck? A Focus Punch Charizard. And yeah, I was laughing at that because I absolutely did not expect that. So they didn't really like my Meowth, and it's also been shut down putting other Pokemon to sleep. But it's fine. It did a pretty good job so far. I can do a bit of damage with Swift and Snarl, so I'm going to go for Snarl. That's going to drop Miraidon's special attack, which is going to be good. And, well, I think this might be a physical Charizard. So, Gallade's going to go for a Moonblast against the Miraidon, and it doesn't really do a lot here. So all I've got to use is Swift, and Miraidon, I think, Miraidon is out for me. He's trying to, like, faint this Meowth. So at the start, I found the opponents didn't really go for me because I thought, well, it's a baby Pokemon. It's going to kind of be weak. But then they started hard targeting me. I found that in a lot of the battles. So Night Slash does about 2 damage to Miraidon, and Inferno. What is this Charizard set? And we're in a bit of trouble here. My random opponent is, man, they weren't the best, but I know they're trying their best. So I got burned by the, we got burned by the Inferno Charizard. Now I'm going to bring in Koffing, which is going to be James. This is a bulky Pain Split set, Terra Steel with Acid Spray, and this was actually pretty tanky. So we've got the Charizard swapping out, and we got Solgaleo swapping in. Now, the Miraidon's going to keep spamming Electro Drift over and over again, unfortunately. They are really, really hard targeting me. So this Gallade Iron Bowling is going to go for Leaf Blade. What are they doing? And now I'm going to go for Toxic on Miraidon. Thank goodness. We needed this Miraidon to actually, to be gone. It's just way too powerful. But then, right, Miraidon had a Pecha Berry. You wouldn't read about it. So Pecha Berry Miraidon only on Pewdiepie Shadow. But this is quality content, right? Quality content. If you're enjoying yourself so far, hit that like button. All right, next Pokemon we got here is going to be Suicune. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, ambitious sort of set here. Now I was thinking, how are we going to get around? I mean, I've got one other Pokemon left, which is Ekans. I'm thinking, it's going to be rough to get rid of Solgaleo. Like, this Suicune's going to need to be something real special because we are far behind, right, on, on what's going on. So the Miraidon's going to go for Electro Drift, and thankfully it goes for me instead, which is good because I really didn't want to be left with the Koffing and an Ekans, right, against these Pokemon. So I've got one more Pokemon left, which is my Ekans. Now we got Psychic Fangs from Solgaleo on the Suicune. I take that, they take it pretty well. And they've got Sheer Cold, so they're going to miss the Sheer Cold, which is very unfortunate. So the Koffing here was max health and max special defense. Calm Nature, Levitate with Everlight, Terra Steel, if you wanted to know that. Last Pokemon we got is Terra Dark Ekans. It's a bulky set, Sucker Punch, Gunk Shot, Rest, and Coil. It is max health and max special defense as well, Careful Nature. So I'm thinking here, I can go for Sucker Punch. I can go for Terra Dark Sucker Punch and finish that off. And then at least then we've got some other, only 3 Pokemon left there, right? So we got that Terra Dark Ekans. It looks pretty cool, actually. And here comes the Sucker Punch. I don't have any boost, but it's only got a bit of health left, and Miraidon is down. So thank goodness, right? Suicune was definitely going to be fainting on this turn. Now, the next thing I'm thinking here is, if we can get past the Solgaleo, we've only got Bax Caliber left. Suicune goes for Blizzard for some... I don't know why they went for Blizzard. I don't think they've got much at Solgaleo, honestly. So now the electricity is gone from the field. Now they can't use Psychic Fangs at least on my Arbok. That's what I was thinking too. So I thought, let's go for Coil. Suicune lands the Sheer Cold. I'm like, yes, that's so good because we were going to struggle so much against that. Solgaleo is going to faint here, and they rage quit Baby Bottle. Man, that switch just went straight out the window. So there you go, everyone. A nice salty Baby Bottle to start off today's video. If you enjoyed that battle so far, if you enjoyed the videos, you want to support the channel, hit that like button. Give me a comment in the comment section. Tell me how your day is. Tell me if you like these double battles to be thrown in. Let me know, all that stuff. All right, let's get on to our second battle here. I'm not sure of my opponent's names, the Japanese names, of course, so let me know there if you feel like translating. There'll be quite a few to translate today, actually. So we got a Darkrai and a Electivire lead. So I'm going to go for Hypnosis and actually put the Darkrai to sleep. Now, I was thinking about something here, right, that's interesting. If I put a Darkrai to sleep, and does it get bad dreams as well? Does bad dreams going to affect the Darkrai? That'd be pretty funny. So, Alola Ninetales here is going to be setting up Nasty Plot, which is good because my team did lack a lot of base power. Like, I mean a lot. Now, this person on the right-hand side, from the moment we started this battle, they were just out for me the whole time, attacking me, right? They were just, like, completely focusing me. I don't know why, because my Pokemon went really threatening and all, but they were hyper focusing me. So we've got the Veil up. I believe we've got the Veil up. And then Ninetales is going to look at the Nasty Plot too. So we can easily deal with Darkrai, which is fine. So that's good. That's a good Pokemon to get rid of. So now we've got Ice Punch here, and Meowth is gone. So that's the end of my Meowth. Electivire, for some reason, focused me really hard there instead of Ninetales. So we're going to bring in the next Pokemon, which is going to be Koffing. So I thought, well, Koffing's got a bit of bulk to it. I might be able to tank a few hits here. And then Zamazenta came out. I'm like, oh no, this is going to be bad. My team really struggled with any Steel-type Pokemon. So a Ninetales is going to go for Blizzard, which is excellent. That's going to hit both of them. We actually got a crit there on Zamazenta, which helped a lot. And look at them. They're focusing me so hard. Do they knock off my Everlight? Maybe, I don't know, this random person, maybe they know of me or who I am, and that's why they're focusing me. Maybe they think, oh, this is not going to be like just crappy baby Pokemon, they're going to have some, like, decent strategies on them, right? So that will focus on me really, really hard. So that's the end of Ninetales, unfortunately, and Drifblim is going to come out. So I'm thinking, is this a minimize baton passing set? Now the Electivire, which we probably needed to get rid of about 10 turns ago, is going to be knocking off this Citrus Berry. So my Koffing was very, very passive. I couldn't do a lot to it except tank moves and spread poison around. I was really hoping my opponent would just get rid of this Electivire because it was a good counter to our team. It was just doing like a lot of damage. So the snow is now gone there. We've got the Toxic on the Electivire. It's got one more turn left and then it's going to faint, which is good. The Veil, unfortunately, is now gone. So my Koffing is going to get hit a lot harder from that. So I've got Stockpile. I've got Pain Spit. I thought, look, I'll try and get a stockpile up here, you know. So maybe they'll go for Drifblim. Supercell Slam is going to hit Drifblim, which is unfortunate. So they only had a couple of minimizers up there. So things are not looking good. I've got one Pokemon. No, they've got one Pokemon. I've got two left, and they've got like their team was pure sweat as well. So that is going to be the end of my Koffing. So things are looking dire here, like real dire straits. So the Electivire is finally going to faint there to the Toxic, but that's only one Pokemon on their team. They've still got two more left, right? And we've got to somehow deal with this Zamazenta. So the next one is going to be Chandelure. I was like, oh great, here we go again. This is going to be a hard Pokemon to get rid of. And we got Goldengo. So I'm like, this is going to be hard because Goldengo is going to be weak to that. What Terra does Chandelure have? I do have Sucker Punch on Ekans though, so you know, I was thinking that could do the trick. But first things first, I was like, how about I get some coils up here? Because I'm probably going to need to, and then I might be able to spam Sucker Punch at least. Then the opponent swapped out their Zamazenta, which was interesting. And they're going to be bringing in the Kyurem Blacks. So like, oh, that's actually good. You know, that's probably better because Goldengo at least can handle that, right? Now the opposing... No, wait. The Chandelure is going to tear it into grass, which commonly is grass because of Flash Fire. So pretty standard sort of strategy there. Now, we're going to have a Terra here. Actually, there was 3 Terras in one turn here. So I Terra'd my Pokemon, my partner Terra'd their Goldengo into flying, and then I Terra'd my Ekans into dark. So we all got to, it was 3 Terras in one turn, which was pretty cool. Now, with the Terra flying... at least with the Terra flying Goldengo, that's going to resist. That's at least going to resist any grass moves or anything like that, or any fire moves. At least going to neutral, those sort of things. So here comes the Flamethrower. That's going to be neutral, which is good. Only does about half health, and this is going to be Terra Blast flying as well. So that was a pretty good play by my opponent there because it's going to do some decent damage at least to Kyurem, but that turn there, I probably would have attacked Chandelure if I had that Goldengo and was able to use it. I would have definitely gone for Chandelure because I feel that was a little bit more of a threat there, maybe on that turn. But anyway, we've got this Kyurem. It's going to go for Terra as well. So we've got 4 Terras. It is going to be Terra Ice, so that's not all that bad. At least, but I think Goldengo is going to get hit very, very hard. So like, please maybe go for, Make It Rain. That'd be really, really good if he went for that. That is actually going to live only just from the Flamethrower, and now we've got the Kyurem going for Freeze Shock. But Freeze Shock is not Power Herbed at all, and Make It Rain is going to drop Kyurem and do heavy, heavy damage there to Chandelure. That was a pretty bulky Chandelure too. So it maybe in fact that they got a little bit more damage out of that, taking the Kyurem. I guess they were pretty lucky they stayed with Terra Ice and they didn't, go for that immediately, right? They had to wait another turn. So I'm going to finish off the Chandelure with a Gunk Shot, and suddenly we are sort of getting back into this game, but we've got a Goldengo now with negative in special attack, and we've got an Ekans left. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, this is going to be tough, right? So we've got a Floor coming in here, which is good. I've got Gunk Shot for that, which is going to be nice. And now we've got this stupid Zamazenta. I'm like, damn. If my opponent goes for Make It Rain now, that'd be great. I got heavily targeted there by the close combat from Zamazenta. No way I was living that. Absolutely no way. Without a Veil, and even it would take a lot of coils to be able to live that. So that's the end of my Ekans, but Zamazenta's defenses have dropped. So I'm like, oh, I hope they go for Make It Rain, but they went for Recover instead. I was like, bro, why? So now here comes the Moonblast. Moonblast almost takes out, and they get their special attack drop. So My opponent absolutely 100% should have gone for Make It Rain there. That was our best chance of probably taking them out. So I don't know why they didn't do that, but still a very, very good battle. And we did very well to get back into that game because we were so far behind at the start, and the opponents had such a good advantage over our team there with some of those types. But let's get on to battle number 3 here. This is a battle against Fluttershy. Oh, it was actually... This one might have been Agatha. This might have been, yeah, this one battle was from my stream because I see a Diglett called Ben's Hair. Like, people try to roast me. I've got lots of hair, right? But that Diglett adventure on Sword and Shield in the DLC, how you got to find all 150 of them. Like, people have made that, make me do that journey, right? I've got to find every strand of my hair. So we got this Meowth lead here. We've got a Diglett and we've got a Haunter. And we've got, my hair is using Fissure apparently. So I think they've got a team based around all different styles of my hair. You know, when I've got 3 strands, when I've got 1 strand, those sort of things. So we've got this Gibble which got burned unfortunately. And I've got this Meowth that can use Snarl. I can't use Swift. Well, because of the Haunter, but you know, it's still not bad, and it's still quite a fast Pokemon too. So Haunter's going to be a Hex Will-O-Wisp combination set there, and that's going to be then a Gibble. Gibble Shiny is pretty nice. Looks really nice. Excuse me, I'm just going to move around. And now Meowth is going to go for a Snarl. That drops a Diglett, and the Haunter has got a Focus Sash there, so it's able to live that attack. We both had Focus Sash. I was like, maybe it's got Everlight or it's got Focus Sash. I wasn't 100% sure. Now we've got Ben's Hair soon. Wait, that Deoxys doesn't have any hair. And Juicy is going to send out a Metagross. Metagross looking fresh there. Nice and silver and gold. So I can see what they're trying to say, right? They're trying to say that Deoxys doesn't have any hair. But I've got lots of hair, you know. In my family, we always had lots of hair and stuff, you know, which is good. Then my Deoxys called Ben's Hair is going to fling a lowly mint at the Zoroark, and it's going to reveal it, right? Now we got the Haunter go for a Dank Pulse. That's going to do some solid damage there, and I went for Snarl, which almost does 3/4 damage there to the Deoxys, which is really good. Deoxys doesn't have very good bulk at all. So Haunter is gone, and I believe that was a flinch on the Zoroark as well. So we've got a Bizzle coming in here. Bizzle can have Aqua Jet. I thought, well, Swift will be good here. That'll take them out. Here comes the Aqua Jet, and Zoroark just lives the critical hit. Now my hair is going to knock off my Meowth, but I still lived it. And I'm going to go for a Swift here. Swift is going to take both. Damn, that dropped them both. That Technician Swift Meowth does a swift drop at getting a double KO. So that's the end of the Deoxys there. Zoroark didn't even get to attack that turn. So the next Pokemon to come out is going to be my hair. Oh, actually, wait. That's got a lot of hair. I don't think that's a roast, right? Because when you look at Sandy Cheeks, it's got a lot of hair. Now we got a Makuhita. They're going to clap my Meowth's cheeks, and that's going to fade me. But that's all good. Meowth did like a solid job there. Now, Makuhita is already attacked. Here comes a Sludge Bomb from Zoroark. That does pretty good damage, but I don't know whether Makuhita's got guts or not. That's actually going to benefit it. Now my hairline is going to go for a heavy slam. It's going to take out the Zoroark. So I'm like, all right, who am I going to bring in here? I've got Koffing. I've got Ekans. What should I do here? You know, both like Koffing's a little bit more bulky, and Ekans is like a slow, bulky sweeper. So I thought, you know what? I'll bring in the Ekans and see what happens. So Juicy is going to bring in the Metagross. Now, Metagross should be able to tank Heavy Slam and all the moves there. Unless Makuhita's got a super effective move with Guts, you know. That was the only thing I was kind of worried about, because that would hit pretty hard, you know. So now I'm going to go, my opponent is going to go for a Terra Fighting Makuhita, and that the Terra Hat is actually as big as the Makuhita. It's absolutely massive. So my partner, right, they activated their troll mode, and they went for Earthquake, right. That almost fainted my Ekans, fainted the Hariyama, the Makuhita, and my hairline, well, you know, it took it pretty well. It's a pretty strong hairline. Now we got a Supercell Slam on Metagross. It's a physical set, and I'm going to go for Coil here, so I'm going to boost my defense, because this actually has Sucker Punch, and then I could follow it up with a Sucker Punch and do some nice damage. Also, accuracy works rather nice with the Gunk Shot. So this time I actually decided to swap here, and I went into James. I thought maybe they're going to go for Supercell Slam and finish off my Ekans here. And, you know, that might be bad if I lose that. I'd rather be able to, you know, tank that. And if they use Earthquake again, I'll have Levitate, you know, so that won't faint my Ekans. Because I don't think I'm living an Earthquake, right? So now we've got a stellar Metagross. Here comes the Earthquake. I've got that Levitate. So now it's going to get hit harder and my Ekans won't go rip. And that is the last Pokemon to actually faint there. It's funny how the animation still goes underneath the Ekans, the Koffing too. Even though you got Levitate. Anyway, Akina and Fluttershy, thank you for the battle. And Juicy, thank you for the partner. Let's go on to battle number 4. Now, this was just... This was a long battle, so I hope you sit back and relax and enjoy this one. So this is another random battle. This is about my opponents. My opponents were both Japanese, and my partner was their name was Nobody. So Nobody, if you ever see this video, it was real. So we got a Meowth and a Miraidon lead here, and we're versing an Eternatus and a Petra, and they're trying to get that Mochi dance, you know. So here comes a Terra Electric Miraidon. Now I was actually pretty glad this was on my team because, as I mentioned before, my team lacked a lot of raw base power. So the first thing they're going to do here is go for a Volt Switch. And Volt Switch is going to drop Petra in one shot, which is excellent, right? So, not that was a huge counter, but I really didn't want to get poisoned or anything like that. So that's going to be a swap out. Now, the next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Whimsicott. Now, Whimsicott was actually pretty handy in this battle, too, for its typing. So, next Pokemon is Archaloot. Like, these teams are sweat, by the way. These are pure sweat. So, I was thinking, what can I do here to help my opponent, like my partner out? So, we had a swap there, and then we had the Whimsicott swap out into Miraidon again. So we're going to have that Miraidon probably going for Archaludon. I went for Snarl here to drop the special attack of Eternatus and Archaludon. I thought that would be a good play to help my partner out there. And I did activate Stamina, but since this has got special attackers, I didn't think it was going to be, you know, that bad. So here comes Dynamax Cannon on Meowth. And Meowth literally looks like a grain of sand right now. And they hard countered me there. They both went for me. So that's the end of my Meowth, unfortunately. Good thing is, I guess Miraidon didn't take any damage getting a free swap in. So I thought, all right, we'll go into the Ekans here and get that Quirl and Sucker Punch up. So now Miraidon is going to go for a Volt Switch again. They're going for Archaludon. Archaludon is going to get drops. That's excellent. Its special defense isn't that great, and it was a critical hit too, which is good. So what I think we need to do, I was looking in the team preview, a good thing in multi-battles, if you can heavily target one person, then it's a 2v1, right? So they're going to bring back their Whimsicott in here, obviously predicting maybe a dragon type move, and it was a double Eternatus as well. I was like, bro, this is like pure sweat. So they swapped the Whimsicott out. They probably guessed that Eternatus was going to go for either Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb, and they brought their Ditto in. So Ditto is going to transform into another Eternatus. So there's 3 Eternatus and a Ekans. So just pretend that my Ekans is also it's a baby Eternatus, right? So now we're gonna get a couple of Timmy Terras here. So we have got Eternatus go for Terra Poison. Terra Poison is quite commonly run on Eternatus. So, you know, it's a very, very good Pokemon. It's very bulky too. I was very, very worried because I lost Meowth and I had Ekans with only Sucker Punch. Gunk Shot wasn't gonna do a lot, and we had this really bulky Eternatus on the left. And then we had a more offensive Eternatus on the right with Meteor Beam. So I was a bit concerned because Koffing really couldn't do much. If you know my set, it was a toxic stockpile set with Acid Spray. I wasn't doing very, very little to these Pokemon. So I'm like, man, I don't know what I can do here. Maybe I could soften the opponent up a little bit, maybe some Sucker Punch damage, go Terra Dark. But that's all I can do, right? So I'm going to go for that Terra Dark on the Ekans again. I thought that could be maybe useful, depending on what the opponent actually brought too. So I went for Sucker Punch on the Eternatus. Unfortunately, they didn't attack this turn. They actually went for Cosmic Power. I'm like, oh no, that's very, very bad. So they're stalling heavily. Really, really heavily. Now, the Ditto has transformed into Eternatus, but the only bad thing about this, Ditto does lack the extra health buff that Eternatus has. So when Ditto will transform to a Pokemon, it won't take its health. It'll use its own health stat. So that was a bit of a disadvantage there, especially facing two Eternatus, right? So we're going to have the Miraidon come back in here. Now, Miraidon, that I haven't seen so far, hasn't used the Dragon-type move at all. Now, I know that it's got Volt Switch, and I know that we need to get some damage here. Either target this person on the right, get rid of their last Pokemon, and then start going for the person on the left there. So, in the Miraidon is going to go for the Eternatus, and it does good damage here at Volt Switch. Really, really good damage. I'm like, great, you know, we can take that one out soon, hopefully. So, now they're going to swap back into the Whimsicott. This is a good play here because they went for Dynamax Cannon. So that was great, swapping into the Fairy type. And they both went for Dynamax Cannon. However, this time they went for my Ekans instead. But Ekans actually lived that rather nicely. So it's quite special defensive, which is good. So I could go for Sucker Punch on the other Eternatus here. It only has a little bit of health left. And that's going to be enough to faint. So really, really good. Some solid stuff there. We needed to get rid of that. That was their first Pokemon too. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here is going to be Giratina. So I thought, well, I've got Sucker Punch, but if you haven't noticed, the opponent's got pressure, right? So if I start using Sucker Punch, it's not going to last for very long. And also, my ally had Electric Train in the field, so I couldn't go to sleep at all. I couldn't, preserve my PP and go Sleep Talk and Sucker Punch. It's like, man, this is going to be rough, right? I guess that's the thing with multi-battles. Like, when you match up or go over a random opponent, your teams don't always synergize. But, it is what it is. So we're going to Terra Ghost Giratina. Excellent damage there by Ekans. That was really, really good. Now, unfortunately, this Eternatus on the right-hand side there is going to be using Cosmic Power. Now, if they're using Cosmic Power, that always means that Eternatus is going to have Recover. So we're going to have a pretty hard time getting around that. Now, I've lost all my Sucker Punch PP. Obviously, they've realized what's happening with this Eternatus and Whimsicott. It's a good swap in, but it's kind of dead weight. So they're going to have to swap into Miraidon here. So I've got my my Ekans. I can go Gunk Shot. That's about it. Now, instead of going for another Cosmic Power, Eternatus goes for Sludge Bomb. And they got a lucky poison there, which really, really sucks. Now the Giratina in Terra Ghost. I was hoping that it would maybe go for Ekans, but I was like, maybe they're going to go for Whimsicott instead. I wasn't really sure anyway, but I thought I'd use that time to get that up. Defensive stat up. Here comes the Shadow Force, and they went for Miraidon, which sucks. So Miraidon is going to get taken out this turn with the poison, or the next turn. So I thought, if they go Volt Switch here, that'll be good because they can forestall that a little bit. And I was like, I'm sure they're going to go for Volt Switch here to do that. So they're going to go for a final Volt Switch, going for Giratina. I was like, yes, go for Giratina. And Giratina goes down. Like, great. Good play there. So that's the end of Giratina. So we've got two more Pokemon left. But the issue was this Eternatus on the left-hand side. It was very, very bulky. And Whimsicott, it wasn't doing a lot of damage there, and it could get dropped by one Sludge Bomb too. So now the next Pokemon to come in here is going to be Zacian. I'm like, oh no, Zacian. So we need Miraidon to take Zacian out. I mean, I can't do anything. Gunk Shot, I'm bugging here, right? So now Whimsicott's going to go for an Encore, which is a good play there, trapping that into its move. I was hoping they'd have Encore on the set. And now Zacian's going to go for Sword Dance. Like, ooh, that's good. That's actually really, really good because now Eternatus is locked into using Recover. So it's going to keep using Recover. It's like, maybe if Whimsicott uses, if it uses Encore on Zacian, that'll trap it into using Sword Dance. That could be a good play. So Tailwind is gone there. I'm going to swap out my Ekans because I can't do much here at all. And I had a plan if things went south, which they rapidly were. So I went into the Koffing. They're going to use Tailwind, which I was like, okay, that's fair. That's fair because there's Zacian. Just in case there's Zacian got outsped. But what I would have done there in their place, I would have gone for Encore as well because that would have locked Zacian into Sword Dance, and they could have swapped in the Miraidon there. But anyway, I guess maybe they tried to help me out there, but my Koffing was never outspeeding those Pokemon anyway. So they brought back in their Miraidon, and they're going to go for Electro Drift. I'm like, yes, that's great. Go for Zacian, please. And they went for Zacian, of course. And Zacian is going to get dropped in one shot. So all that's left now is the Eternatus from earlier on. But the Miraidon is poison. Alright, so the Miraidon's poisoned, so that means that was their last Pokemon. And I'm left with Koffing here. I'm like, oh, gee, I don't know what I can really do. I went for Pain Spit to do some damage to it. That was about it. In hindsight, maybe I could have gone for Stockpile there, but I just wasn't sure what was going to happen. So Miraidon's going to faint to the Toxic. So now 2 players are completely out of this battle. They're completely out. So now it's me versus this other person. It's all we got left. I've got 2 Pokemon. They've got 1. So now they're going to start attacking me because they're not stalling. And they did a critical hit to me, which really, really sucked. Very, very lucky. So I got a stockpile up here at least. I stockpiled up 1. So I'm thinking to myself, if I get the Pain Split off here, I'll do that. So I waited the clock down a little bit to make my move because this was really the only way I felt like we could actually win this. So I went for the Pain Split. I waited down to 5 seconds of the clock. The Tailwind's gone. I waited down to 5 seconds again. It was about a minute out. Then they went for a cover here because I'm like, if I do not let my Koffing die, we win the battle, right? Like, because I will have 2 Pokemon to their 1 left. If I let Koffing die, we've lost. So we had 50 seconds of the battle left. I was about to pick another move again, Pain Spit or Stockpile, and then the opponent Salty Rage Quit. So there you go, another Salty Rage Quit in this battle. I hope you enjoyed that one, everyone. Let's get on to the next battle. Man, they did not like that at all. Okay, we have got the final battle here today with this team. We've got another multi. This one might have been, this is a random battle too. Or it might have been done on my stream, I'm not sure. But actually it was a random battle. But Super Bowser managed to actually match up with me, which was pretty funny. But he was on the opposite team. So we've got 2 random. So we've got a Rayquaza and a Latias, which is interesting. Now, I've got this Meowth, seriously, this Meowth was putting every Pokemon to sleep. It literally never missed Hypnosis for such a long period of time, which is really, really good. So Rayquaza is going to be using Outrage, getting rid of the Latias just almost instantly. Zebstrika is going to use Body Slam, going for a Paralyzer Rayquaza. I went for Hypnosis and I put the Meowth Scarlet to sleep. I was just putting them to sleep constantly. It was pretty funny with such, bad accuracy and stuff like that too. So the Meowth Scarlet is going to be asleep, so Rayquaza sort of gets off scot-free there, doesn't get attacked. Now it's going to use Outrage again, and it targets Meowth Scarlet, dropped again. So that's 2 Pokemon down already. And I was thinking, well, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to use Hypnosis on their 3rd Pokemon, so they've already nearly lost all of their team. So I was like, all right, if I use Meowth Hypnosis again, and then Outrage should take the Garchomp out. However, the opponent is going to Terra here. I guess they got sick of getting one-shotted, and they went for a Terra Water Garchomp. Now, Terra Water Garchomp isn't too bad at all because it can resist a lot of its weaknesses. So Zebstrika is going to go for Body Slam, and I landed Hypnosis again for 3 times in a row on them. They must be getting salty right now. So Garchomp is sleeping, and I was hoping Rayquaza might be able to finish Garchomp off as well. With Outrage, you can't sort of pick your target. So here comes Outrage, and Zebstrika gets hit this time, and it gets dropped. So that's the end of Zebstrika. So Rayquaza is pretty much dropping everyone at the moment. Now, the next Pokemon we got is Zamazenta. I'm like, oh, this is bad. For my team, Zamazenta is almost an insta-lose. So I'm hoping my ally can actually do some damage to Zamazenta, because I certainly won't be able to at all. So Dazzling Gleam is going to take that out and do a chunk of damage to Meowth. And next Pokemon we got is going to be Iron Leaves. So I'm like, ooh, Iron Leaves, go for Garchomp, do it. So they got that Quark Drive. They got that boost of energy, so they got an attack rise. So like, that's good. They can go for Garchomp and do like Leaf Blade or something like that. That'll be really good. So I swapped out Meowth because I'm like, well, I don't think it's going to help very much. Plus Garchomp may go for me. So let's go into Ekans. I might be able to do some damage here. So we've got a Quick Guard. I was like, oh, so they Quick Guarded for the Dazzling Gleam, but Zamazenta was asleep, so maybe they expected Zamazenta to wake up, but Garchomp woke up instead and went for Liquidation. So Liquidation is going to be aimed at me this time, so that does a lot of damage to Ekans, which sucks. The person on the right here actually heavily started targeting me. I think they did that because I put them to sleep so much, I constantly put them to sleep. Anyway, Zamazenta is going to take a little bit more of a snooze here. Garchomp is just going to, I think this actually, it's going to just keep targeting me instead of the Iron Leaves. They went for, I don't know why they didn't go for Iron Leaves but maybe they had nothing to hit it with. Anyway, so here comes close combat. So for some reason, we've got the Iron Leaves going for Zamazenta, which I was grateful for because I couldn't do much damage. It really didn't do a lot though to Zamazinner. So I'm gonna bring a Meowth and I was like, let's go for Hypnosis on Garchomp again. I can't. The inner troll can't help it, right? I have to go for Hypnosis again. So Zamazinner is gonna be asleep for like 3 turns, and then Hypnosis finally misses on Garchomp. So I got some pretty good mileage out of that Meowth. Now they're gonna start attacking me, and Meowth is dead. So I'm like, all right, I've got Koffing left. That's about it. So here comes the Psyblade. I have no idea why my opponent went for that 4, and then I swapped in the Koffing again, right? I don't know why they're not finishing Garchomp off. Like, surely they've got Leaf Blade or something. It was also level 86 too. I just noticed that. This is a no restrictions battle, so it was level 86. So Zamazinner is going to wake up and go for Behemoth Bash here. That's going to easily take that out one shot. It wouldn't have mattered if it was level 100 or level 1. And I've got Koffing left here. I was like, my opponent needs to do something here. They have to take out this Zamazinner, right? So I've got Toxic here, and I think they were also like level 82, so something like they weren't max level, which worried me a little bit. So now they're going to go for Terra Water on Walking Way. And I was hoping they would go for Zamazinner. I really, really was. So Walking Way is going to get hit by Dazzling Gleam, and so am I, but it's not going to do very much damage at all. Here comes the Liquidation, and this Liquidation is going to be aimed at my Koffing. So they were really, really going for it, like just hyper aim me. So now they're going to go for a Hydro Pump Terra Water. It's like, please go for Zamazinner. Please go for Zamazinner. And at last they did, but Zamazinner lived on 1 health. I was like, no. I went for the Toxic on Garchomp here because I thought, well, they're never going to attack Garchomp at this rate, so how about I get the Poison going and maybe I can get some stockpiles up in the meantime, right? Because there was a Pokemon that I couldn't do much to anyway after. So we got a Flash Cannon here going for Koffing. That does nothing. Like, this is really, really bulky. Here comes Thunderfang on Walking Wake. It actually managed to live, which is really cool. And then they went for Twister. And Twister actually hits both Pokemon in the battle, and it took the Zamazinner out. It was disrespect there. So the next Pokemon is Lunala. Now, Lunala, I cannot do much to except for Toxic and Acid Spray. So I thought, if I maybe go for Toxic or Pain Split on Lunala, that could be useful. Or I could start the Toxic up now on Lunala. At least it would be starting to hit like a big amount of turns. I've also got Terra Steel on this too, so you know, I will be I'd say probably better with Terra Steel because I've got Levitate and I'm only really weak to fire then, and I doubt there's any fire type moves. So Lunala is going to be Terra Ghost. It's got that big old ghost on top of its head, and I'm going to be Terra Steel here. So Koffing is going to get like the world's smallest little axe on top of it, little tiny little Minecraft axe there. Go for my Koffing. So we got that. Here comes a Dragon Claw, and that's going to take out Walking Wake, which sucks. So at least that Zamazinner is gone. That was a good thing, because I could do nothing to that. So now I was 2v1 now. I was like, can I do this? Now Lunala's going to go for it. It's a physical set. It's going to go for Fly, and I went for Stockpile again, because I thought I need maximum stockpiles here. That's the best thing I can possibly do. So I got a Defense Rise, and I got a Special Defense Rise. Both of these Pokemon seem to be physical attackers. Or I thought maybe Lunala had a special move too. Like, it could have a special move too. So I thought that'd be a good idea. So I've got Toxic. I thought if I go for Acid Spray or Pain Split on Lunala, that would be a good idea. Garchomp went for the Earthquake, but I've got Levitate, so it's not going to do anything at all, which is perfect, because I had a feeling it would have that. Here comes Fly. I don't think Fly moved the health bar. And then went over for Pain Split there. So Pain Split's going to get me all my health back. What I need to do now is I need to put a Toxic on Lunala, because it has leftovers and it's got lots of health. So I thought if I get a Toxic on that and a Toxic, I've already got one going on Garchomp, and that's going to be dead the next turn. So I might be able to beat Lunala, possibly with Toxic, depending on the other moves that it has. So Garchomp's going to use Liquidation, no defensive drops there, which is good. And Lunala has got Focus Missile. Like, oh no, that's bad. So that does a lot of damage to me, like considering I'm Everlight and 3 stockpiles in. So I've got Toxic on Lunala, which is really good. So I pretty much just have to wait here now, but I've got to be able to live all these attacks at the same time. And the bad thing as well with Pain Split is if the opponent's health gets too low, Pain Split does not do any damage at all. But thankfully Garchomp is going to faint here, because I poisoned that one ages and ages ago. So now it is Koffing Koffing versus Lunala, but this thing is hitting me really hard, and I've got maximum stockpiles up at this stage, so I was hoping that they maybe would miss. So now I've got Acid Spray, I've got Pain Spit. I thought, well, maybe I could use Pain Spit once more or go for Acid Spray. Here comes Focus Mist number 2, and Koffing is going to get another Pain Split off here, but as for Pain Spit now, there's not too much point maybe going for it. It's probably better that I start going for an attacking move, even if it does, 1 damage. So Lunala has landed 3 Focus Misses in a row. It's like, it's starting to get up there with toxic damage, but maybe I need a little bit more. So here comes 3 in a row on Koffing. Koffing's going to live that one. I was scared of a special event drop. I went for Acid Spray. I thought there's no point doing Pain Split now. Start attacking this Lunala, drop the special defense maybe, and then go for Acid Spray again on the next turn. And that should do like a lot more damage, right? So we got some toxic damage here. Lunala is gone the next turn. It's gone the next turn. So I was like, are they going to land 4 in a row? That was 4. Wait, that was 4 or 3 in a row? Koffing lives on 2 health and managed to get an Acid Spray off there, and the leftover recovery is going to happen, but the toxic that I did earlier on has stacked up. I think that's like 4 turns now that it's stacked up there, and it's going to be enough to take out the Lunala. And that is the end of the battle. A crazy battle to end this off with, the immortal Koffing. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a comment, please drop a like there, support the channel, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for a video. Peace out, everyone.